Here are the homework answers for the 2-on-1 review preview. Problem number 2-6 said, suppose you put one of your X tiles and 2 unit tiles with another pile of 3 X tiles and 5 unit tiles. So to do this problem, what I thought about doing is I wrote out expressions for each one because it says, what is the sum in this new pile? So the first one says we have one X tile, so an X tile plus 2 unit tiles, or plus 2. And then we had 3 X tiles, so plus 3 X tiles, and 5 unit tiles. So all together, I would have my X and my 3X would make 4X, plus 2 plus 5 would make 7. So the answer was 4X plus 7. Problem 2-7 was similar. It says, suppose one person in your team has 2 X tiles, 2 X squared tiles, 3 X tiles, and 1 unit tile. So they would have X squared, 2X squared, plus 3X plus 1. And then the other person has an X tile, 5 X tiles, and 8 unit tiles. So then we would complete that together. So 2X squared and X squared are going to give us 3X squared. 3X and 5X are going to give us 8X. And 8 and 1 are going to give us 9. The final answer was 3X squared plus 8X plus 9. I think a lot of people just wrote out the initial expression and didn't simplify it. Problem number 2-8 said find the area and the perimeter of each shape. Assume that the corners are all right angles. Show your work. So in order to find the area, the first thing that I did in this shape is I separated into 2. So I made it so I was doing 16 times 12 plus 35 times 13. So then I got 192 plus 455, which ended up being 647 units squared. And then to find the perimeter, I just added up all the sides, and I ended up with 120 units. For the second shape, I split it in half right there, so I ended up doing 12 times 8 plus 12 times 8, which is 192. 192 units squared. And for the perimeter, I just added up all the sides. I ended up with 70 units. The next problem was on evaluating. It said one meaning of the word evaluate means to find the value of the expression. So in order to do problems like this, we just replace the variable with the value. So in A, it said that X was 3. So I just rewrite it as 6 divided by 3 plus 9, which is 2 plus 9, or 11. For B, I have an X and a Y, so X is 2, so I'm going to do 8 times 2 minus 3 plus 1, so I get 16 minus 3 plus 1, 13 plus 1, final answer is 14. So basically I'm just using the order of operations after I've replaced the variable. For the next one, I do 2xy, so x is 5 and y is negative 3, so I got to watch my signs. So 2 times 5 times negative 3, so I get 10 times negative 3, which is going to give me negative 30, because a positive times a negative is a negative. So 2x squared minus y, so 2, x is 3, 3 to the second power, minus 8. I have to make sure to do the exponents first, because I'm following my order of operations, so I get 2 times 9 minus 8, or 18 minus 8, for a final answer of 10. So several people have been having difficulty with this kind of problem. Basically, you need to write an equation. I'm not giving you guys credit if you do not write an equation. So it says, for the following problem, define a variable and write an equation. We can use the 5D process, which is how I have been showing to set them up. So we have the define, the do, the decide. So it tells me in this problem that I have a cable cut into two pieces. So I know my defined section is going to be 2. So piece 1, piece 2. I know I'm going to add. And I know I'm trying to get a total of 84 is my decide. So I'm going to make one of my measurements of my cable X. It says it's cut into two pieces, 18 meters longer than the other. So the other one will be X plus 18. So then when I go to write my equation, X and X is 2X. So I get 2X plus 18 equals 84. So then I'm going to solve that. So 2X plus 18 equals 84. I subtract 18 from both sides. I get 2X equals 66 divided by 2. One of my cables is 33. So I know one cable is 33. To figure out the other, I plug it back in. So I do 33 plus 18, 51. So then I write it out in a sentence, says right here, as a sentence, the two cables are 33 meters and 51 meters.